Some people know exactly what they want when they're young. Their life is like a straight line. They know what they like, what they are good at, and they just climb upwards from zero. But that's not me. My line has dropped many times. It even fell into the negatives. It took me a long time just to climb back to the starting point of zero. This video is about the process. It's not just a game dialogue. It's the story of how I climbed from negative back to zero over the past few years. It's the story of someone who lost their voice, relearning how to speak. The story starts when I was 12. That year, my parents divorced, and the atmosphere at home was terrible. Then, I was sent away to a boarding school. The adults thought studying hard was all that mattered, but I just felt abandoned. In that place, the first thing I learned was knowledge. It was how to shut up. I didn't speak because no one listened. I stopped expressing emotions. I closed myself off. After a year, I transferred back home, but inside I was already sealed shut. Through middle school and vocational high school, what I did after school was playing games. Not because it was fun, but because I was lonely. At that time, I lost the ability to connect with people, and I lost any expression for the future. In high school, my grades even dropped to the very bottom of the class. I was like a working corpse. Just like Johnny Joestar from JoJo, I was at a negative point of my life. I thought I would hide like that forever, until I was 17, and I saw a light. The person who pulled me out was a female classmate. We met through shared interests and became friends. To make myself worthy of standing next to her, I started studying from scratch in my final year before exams. My basics was a mess, but she didn't laugh at me. She just told me question by question. During that time, for my graduation project, I tried making a game for the first time. It was a rough 3D horror game. No air help, no key version control. We were even moving gigabytes of project files around on USB drives. Looking back, it's definitely dark history. But my classmates' prize planted a seed in my heart. After the exams, we didn't end up together, but she gave me something more important than romance. The motivation she gave me got me into a university in the north. It gave me options. I wasn't being sent away anymore. I earned my way back. That was the first time I realized someone like me can change their fate. But after entering the computer science department, my life didn't turn into a fairy tale. A new confusion set in. I found that while my classmates were excitedly discussing algorithms of efficiency and optimal solutions, I didn't feel a spark. I could write code, but I didn't want to be just a coding machine. Until I looked back at the path I had walked, I remembered the joy of making micro animations before I was 12. I remember the feeling of watching pixel art come to life right now. I finally realized I don't dislike computer science. I dislike code without a soul. What I truly crave is expression. Whether it's writing code, making games, or drawing art, these are my pens. They are how I express myself. Once I decided to make games, I hit a problem. I could write code, but I couldn't draw at all. That's when I found Adansi Uni's pixel art tutorials on YouTube. His selfless sharing let a beginner like me start from counting grids to visualizing what was in my head. With art skills, I started traversing. In my object-oriented programming class, I used C++ to clone an SCP game made by YouTuber team. Actually, at the time, the TA specially told us this is a coding class, just use free access from the internet. Don't waste time on art. But I'm a bit stubborn. I really wanted to practice pixel art, so I ignored the TA's advice. Every character and everything you are seeing now, I drew them myself, pixel by pixel, island. That was the first time I felt the speed created by combining tech with obsession. A project that took us a semester, I finished 80% of in 4 weeks. But even with the skills, the path of creation was 100 times harder than I imagined. Over these 2 years, I failed countless times. I made the world's deadliest Blackfoot cat survival game, but ended up shelving it because I simply didn't know how to design a good survival game. I tried combining SCP with Darkwood gameplay in Unity, but I got stuck because I realized I wasn't familiar enough with the SCP lore to make it work. Features you think will take a week usually take a month. This long-term fluctuation makes it very easy to want to give up. I thought as long as I work hard, the line would go up. I attended an exchange student seminar because a classmate shared the information. A senior's story deeply moved me. She studied something completely unrelated to art, but during her exchange in Czechia, she took a trip to Northern Europe and saw the aurora with her own eyes. She wanted to capture that shock with her phone, but the phone couldn't capture even a tenth of it. The regret of not being able to preserve that emotion made her start learning photography when she came back, and she eventually became a photographer. That courage to change your life trajectory just to convey an emotion hit me hard. Czechia was affordable, and it was a starting point to explore Europe. For me at that time, that was the chance to change. For this dream, I prepared for 10 months. But there was a huge wall. The minimum TOEIC requirement was 600, and my score from 2 years ago was a tragic 365. I only had 1 month to fix it. I went into full simulation mode. I took 3 full mark exams in that single month. During one of them, I was dizzy with a high fever, barely able to focus, but I forced myself to finish it. Thankfully, by the date of the official exam, I had recovered and I nailed it. I jumped from 365 to 735. It wasn't because I'm genius. It was because my long-term interest in watching Western videos finally paid off. All those hours of listening became my secret weapon. I spent over $20,000 with my part-time job and didn't even pick a junior project, betting everything on this trend. But in the end, it wasn't language or ability that defeated me. It was a single staple. When at the visa counter, the officer pointed at my documents where I had removed a staple. Documents separated, considered invalid. Just like that, there was no time to resubmit. My exchange student dream shattered like a last stack of papers. On the bus home, I turned my headphones to mass metal. I didn't cry, I was just thinking. My university plans were in ruins. No classes picked, no project, no job. If I couldn't even leave Taiwan, where else could I go? On the way home, I fell into deep self-doubt, but I forced myself to calm down. I remembered a line from the book How to Live. What is the best choice? It's the one you committed. Since I couldn't go to Czechia, I would make the best choice of the present, right here in Taiwan. Actually, the game industry environment in Taiwan isn't great, and I used to worry about finding a job after graduation. This made me see why I really want to go to Czechia, because back then, I wanted to escape. I wanted to get away from here for a while. But later, I encountered an anime called Orb on the movement of the earth. There's a line in it, nothing remains after death, a space motion. I finally began to understand I don't make games for money, or to prove anything to anyone. I do it to convey the emotions that once saved me to the next person, through my games. That staple hurt, but it was a thrill for my beliefs, and this time, I didn't fall back into the abyss. Instead, I found a firmer resolve. By chance, I saw an ad and went to the European Education Fair in Taiwan. I got lost there for half an hour, but I stumbled upon my new goal, the University of Skövde in Sweden. I learned that it's the cradle of Go Simulator and Stat Factory. Even crazier is the EU's Erasmus Plus program, high scholarships, even free tuition. Although it's a future goal, requires an IELTS 6.5 or higher. But this time, I'm not in a rush, I know where I'm going. Czechia was a choice made to escape, but Sweden is a choice made after seeing the past clearly. Like a line from Jojo Part 7. If your heart is wavering, do not shoot. But now, I am no longer wavering. With a goal set, the rest is execution. To build my portfolio last November, I decided to sprint to register for the Taipei Game Show's student session. Only 2 weeks left. I started working like crazy. I designed a jewel bug, the spring bug, and edited weak point hints for bullet time. But of course, the seasonal flu caught me right when. I was so dizzy, I could barely walk straight, and my throat was killing me, but I didn't stop. Head spinning, I kept coloring the vampire balls and tricky animations. In that moment, I felt crazy. It felt exactly like when I was memorizing words for TOEIC with a fever. In the end, even though I was 3 days away from the deadline, I decided to stop. I gave up on registering, not because I was sick, but because I realized the game isn't good enough yet. It needs polish, it needs more time. This flu was like a reminder, no need to rush. Rather than rush to the lunch, I want to polish it into the ideal form I have in my mind. This is how I pay my respect to the process. Finally, I want to show you the game that was born from my attempts. Zenai Revenge. It's about a half-blood slime girl named Zenai, walking a path of revenge to find the truth. I chasing a combat experience that is fluid, concise, where every step matters. It's not perfect yet. There are still many bugs and mechanics that need changing. but watching Zenai drum and shoot on the screen, I can feel myself gradually moving from negative toward evil. Looking back at these few years, what surprised me most isn't that I learned to code or draw visual art. It's like I finally woke up. I am no longer the zombie who just plays games to wait for a time to pass. I'm 21 now. I'm still in Taiwan. I haven't gone to Sweden yet. The game isn't finished yet. Maybe right now, I will only just step back onto the starting point of level. But I feel grounded. Because I know, this time, I won't surround myself to silence again. If I want to witness how this game grows from zero, step by step, or follow my journey toward one, feel free to subscribe. Let's tell this story together. I'm Logan, and I will see you next time.